Hello, and who are you?
Hello, Kathrin Harstik. I'm Lucien Knoedler.
Luc.
Yeah, for,
Luc.
for good friends, I'm Luc, of course.
Okay. Luc, you are in the Netherlands, right?
I am.
Okay. And what are you doing in the Netherlands?
Well, currently, since about, 7 years now, after having met you, I'm really involved in organizing concerts. So small-scale concerts, very much inspired by Weltklassik am Klavier.
How was that? I mean, why did we meet? How did we meet? And when was it?
I think it was 2012 or 13. It was via Facebook, and you got interested, and you got quite, how do you say it, certain to involve me in Weltklassik, and especially trying to develop it in the Netherlands, according to your concept. It didn't work out that well because still, I mean, Holland is a small country. It's a bit larger than North Rhine-Westphalia, but 1 million people less. It's differently organized, and so the concept itself didn't work. But then I thought, well, I should prove that I'm able to do what you had in mind since long, have in mind, and I did actually.
And you were absolutely enthusiastic about the concert. And I think you took the concert and you modified it. You modified it so it fits to the Netherlands. What did you change?
Well, first of all, I should say I'm a hands-on person. I do love, like you actually, to arrange things with my own hands. That's in the first place. Secondly, Weltklassik am Klavier, the concept itself, so the network, I should say, convinced me that these small-sized, concerts and concert locations, these are very much more flexible, and the musicians and the audience can much closer than in the big halls. Mm-hmm. So it's really, when you sit in such a tiny location compared to the big halls, it's much more personal. Mm-hmm. It's much more direct. Mm-hmm. And to me also, the very basic quality of humans is that they love to play together. Mm-hmm. Playing creates culture. Mm-hmm. Actually, playing creates community. It's not the other way around. And as a consequence, playing creates culture. And that's essential. And it's in such a, say, tiny location, it's much more direct. We experience it much more directly. So there is a feeling, you feel really the existence of the musician, and the musician feels us. That's the idea behind it. So it's a bit close to what the German philosopher Hans-Georg Gadamer developed in his aesthetic theory, which, by the way, was inspired by Johann Huizinga, the cultural scientist, the playing man. We love to play. We need to play. Playing together triggers our imagination. Mm-hmm. And that I found in your in your network, because concept, yes, we have got a concept, but creating this network. Mm-hmm.
But this is all. This all sounds like what we do. So the small concerts, the networking, the playing, the being together with pianists and the people who are the guests in small locations, small beautiful locations.
lovely.
Lovely, yes, locations. And I remember all this is the same. So there are we are on absolutely common ground there. I remember that you were looking for and finding new wonderful locations in the Netherlands, one after the other, in a great speed, with great talent and great understanding. So that's all we have in common.
Of course.
But what is it? Yes, and what is it where you say what it did work in the Netherlands, but it did not work in the Netherlands? What is it which makes us different? What did not work?
What I admire you and Andrea do actually is being right away in contact with the concert guests, the regular concert guests. Keeping the telephone on and talking to people, and that's yes, that's different in Holland. People like to go to concerts and buy the tickets online or whatever, and that's it.
It's more anonymous.
Sorry,
they prefer to stay more anonymous.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Obviously, yes, obviously. Well, after the concert or during the interval, there is, of course, this close encounters. But no, they prefer to get the tickets and come and go.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's more the concert is more a commodity, or
no, really. Yes, well, perhaps yes, for them perhaps, but no, it's going there and leaving. I mean, they very much enjoy the concert, of course, or not. Well, I mean, but you cannot create per location a network right away. So what I did lately in the past 5.5 years is trying to create a network. There was nothing. You've got the big halls pretty near, taking you go there by car or by train. It's all nearby. The infrastructure is ideal. So over the past 5-6 years, I've been able to create an audience. So a treue Konzertgäste.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's.
I'm sorry.
Yes, but that explains a difference. Maybe I could resume it in a way that the personal host of the location is crucial in the whole process, and the whole success of one location depends on whether there is a person, a host, who's saying, I'm your host, and who gets in touch with the guest and who develops 1 by 1, 10 by 10, all these contacts to the guests. And there's a difference in trying to find, or as you did, finding beautiful locations, and subsequently setting them up as a close group which sticks together. And you can't do this all over the country with one person. That's very difficult.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So okay. Do you are you still? How many venues are you personally running at this time?
Actually, we can say 3.
3. Yeah. Okay.
2 are quite close. So other things there.
Yeah.
And in Beeldhoven, as you know, you've been there. And there is another location. Well, I was asked. It was a great honor. But it's a lovely location. It's a top historical site. Always sold out, and they wanted to get rid of the current programmer for all kinds of reasons. And they asked me, so it was a great honor. But now we might look into July and wait for July and decide, because after the 1st of July, only 50 concert guests, including 50 people, including the musicians, are allowed into such a hall. And 150 usually sold out year after year, 8 concerts, by the way, per season. Well, we have to look how feasible that might be.
Yes. Yes, we're still not. We haven't decided on timings yet. We discussed it this morning, Andrea and I, and we have a priority for feeling safe. You know, it's more than being safe. Is feeling safe, and as long as people aren't feeling safe, we don't think it's a good point to restart. Yeah.
Well, actually, we had a meeting with the owner of the hall.
Yeah.
It's a board, and we would like to start on the 5th of July with 4 matinees, we call, of which 2 are classical, and continue this until the end of this year. I'm well aware, so my calculation is not 40, but 30, of course.
Yeah. Sure.
We will be losing quite quite a part of our audience, because we used to have 80 now. And it was quite successful last year. Unfortunately, the last one on the 22nd of March, we had to cancel it.
Yeah.
More than 100 we expected.
Oh, wow. Yes. What is your experience with matinees?
Sorry?
Do you have an experience with matinees, with 11 o'clock concerts? Do you have an experience there which you can share with us?
Well, I mean, it's an ideal moment in the weekend. I looked, of course, at your place in Riesel. 5 o'clock is an ideal moment in Germany. For us, but for us here in Holland, it's the afternoon, Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, and people think it's fine because it's the end of the weekend, it's daytime, and so the older people prefer to be there as well, and yes, that's our experience.
And the matinee, the 11 o'clock in the Sunday morning, do you have experience with this time of the day?
Yes, I used to have, but that's more casual. I still don't understand why the small halls, the regular small halls, do not prefer the Sunday afternoon, but it has to with the personnel.
Yeah.
So these small locations are much more flexible.
Yeah.
So the employers working at these halls do not like the Sunday afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you have to get them all together agreeing. That's right. Will you continue to work with pianists that we both know, or their names you will be working with?
Yes, well, I mean, unfortunately, the borders are not that easily to be crossed, and of course also the connections by train or whatever aren't that convenient nowadays.
Yeah.
Of course, I thought, well, perhaps in the 22nd season, I might have another location, and well. Invite also Weltklassik pianists, but have to take into account also that there should be quite a number of Dutchmen.
Yes, but thinking about it, I mean, at least definitely Toru Oyama will be part of your series then.
Yeah, he did once. Yes, he did once.
Yes, that's wonderful.
And it was wonderful pianist, because one pianist was ill, I think, and then he was easily to come, and it was quite nearby in Beeldhoven. It was.
Yes. Very nice, very reliable, very professional pianist. Did you see his interview? I interviewed him in this little series.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, it was lovely because I didn't know. I mean, I'm getting to know people here. I didn't know he was not supposed to become a pianist. Because
I don't know his story.
Yes, because in Japan, it's to become a male pianist is not exactly what you should do. And then all of a sudden he said, "Well, I'm going to do it," and he did it, and he's now in his own force, so to say,
Yes.
Being a pianist, yes. And other pianists you have in mind that you liked working with in the past?
Once again,
other names, other pianists you have in mind you enjoyed working with?
Oh well, Sofia Gubadamova.
Yes.
Of course. Sam Armstrong, of course.
Yes.
He's been here twice. Maya Ando.
Yes.
I enjoyed them really well. Such a fine musicians, of course.
Yes. Do you know that Sam is in the Netherlands?
Yes. He stays in quarantine with Catherine Dane.
So he's accessible for you. Yes.
They might come.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote me an email a few days ago that he might return to Ireland on the 1st of September.
And Sofia, I mean, you know, some people you get to know more in these phases, you know, and Sofia Gulmadamova, I mean, she's always been grande dame, you know, she's always been a lady, even when she was not younger, you know, she is such a dedicated artist, you know.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's dedicated, but I think Sofia Gulmadamova is even more dedicated artist, if you understand what I mean. Yeah.
Sorry, I know.
Yeah.
She's been here, and yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And she's truly demanding.
Yes, and she's truly demanding. Yes, but it's all in the it's all in the name of art. You know, she's demanding not for her person.
No,
she's
also.
Excuse me?
Sam, so the same with Sam Armstrong.
Yes, Sam.
His complete dedication.
Yes, and he's a gentleman, you know. He's the kind of gentleman you invite him for a piece of bread with some butter after the concert, and he drops a little note saying thank you. I mean, like, you know, I like that too, you know. The manner is not what you find a lot these days, and Anyway, well, I hope we will meet in person. You know, we tried a couple of times over the last couple of years. It never worked due to this or that or this or that. So after this limiting corona crisis, I hope we can really make it. And
that might happen soon because I've got 2 more people in my board now. It's not just a one-person job since about a year, which is quite... well, it's a relief, and we said, well, we should go up to Riesel and enjoy a Weltklassik recital at your house.
That's wonderful. You know, this way it comes together and it comes to we meet again. I always thought that you really understand what Weltklassik is about. You really understand how treating the guest is the most important. On the feeling of closeness and intimacy and a little tiny beautiful place where you want to go to once a month. I think you really understood this all along, and I'd really be very happy to see you and your friends and have you here in Riesel.
Please do so.
Okay, so
thank you.
Stay safe, and thank you very much for talking to me. Okay.
You.
This is Knoedler or Lucien Knoedler. And he's running beautiful piano and other concerts in the Netherlands. And I hope you meet him someplace and sometime there. My name is Catherine Harstig, and as you know, we can only produce these films with your support. And please stay and look at the instructions on how to sponsor the films. Thank you very much, and stay safe. Bye-bye.